I'm here to tell you guys. 3. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to Libra Views. I'm Charlene. Subscribe to this channel and like this video. So I'm here to talk about Joseline's Cabaret again. So the episode opens up and Blueface Barbie is attacking Lucky like how the last episode left off. And basically she was supposed to be doing her dance, but instead of doing her dance, she decided to get her lick back on Lucky. So apparently Lucky beat her ass. We don't really know because we kind of really didn't see because she was crowded around a lot of people. But according to the girls on the show, Blueface Barbie got beat up again. So basically Blueface Barbie said because she was demoted from being, the bottom bitch, that she didn't want, why would I dance? She said that she's not a dancer, that she's a hoe. And I'm like, did Joseline or the producers put a thought in Blueface Barbie's mind that she was going to be the bottom bitch? Because she seems very, very upset, that she's not in that position. If it was, a situation where she was going to decide, why was she so shocked? Like, oh, you didn't choose me. Was she promised this and now they're switching up? Or are her and Joseline really that cool outside of the show where she just assumed she was going to get the position? Like, I'm kind of confused on why she's so upset. Like, this is not your show. But I kind of understand because she says she's not a dancer. She's a hoe. She's a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? So these ladies, the elevation in that world is to be, a bottom bitch. You know what I mean? If you have a pimp or a guy or you're working under somebody, the top position after that is to be a bottom bitch. When you're a dancer, you want to be in the best VIPs. You know what I mean? You want to be with the best ballers or whatever. And that's what your status gets you. But in the prostitution world, your status is, where you lay. If you're a bottom bitch, if you're the second hoe in line, the third hoe in line, like that is the tier for her. So I don't really know, but she seems really pissed about this bottom bitch situation. So the girls are going crazy after Lucky, and Blueface Barbie fought again. Yummy was dancing the whole time, and Yummy is the little girl who talks like this and then acts really sexy. She was on the pole dancing the whole time. You know what? I'm not mad at that because she seems to be able to stand out even though she's very little. She's not the most attractive girl there, but Yummy somehow finds a way to get camera time and still, the light within all the drama. And I fuck with Yummy because of that. So Blueface Barbie is going in on Lucky, basically popping mad shit. Lucky, you a broke bitch. You don't even got a car. You know what I'm saying? You paid my nigga. You know what I'm saying? What does you paid my nigga mean? I need somebody to explain to me what this whole pimp talk is with you paid my nigga. I thought a pimp was somebody who collected all of the money and just gave you, not even really gives you money. Maybe I'm just maybe the game has switched up and I'm not really up. But for what I understood, I thought pimps were, you go out, you hoe, you make the money, you bring all the money to the pimp. It's the pimp's money, and then he makes sure, you get your clothes and your hair, your nails done, and make sure you get food. But he's providing that for you. You're bringing it back. So I'm just confused. Like, if Lucky is not, I just am so confused by, you paid my nigga. So basically Lucky came to your pimp that's not her pimp and went out and made money and came back and gave him all the money. I'm just confused. I need somebody to break down this new pimp talk, this new pimp, whatever. Blueface Barbie, I don't know how old she is. The bitch look old as hell, but the way that these hoes be getting plastic surgery from 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, the bitch might be 26 for all we know. She just been getting Botox since she was 15. Who knows? But I'm like, this new pimp talk, I don't know. I need somebody to break that down. If you know, can you please drop down in the comment section and explain to me what this paid my nigga is what is going on? I don't understand. So Joseline said that she was going to let Blueface Barbie and Lucky just fight it out. 30 seconds, y'all got to fight it out. After this, it's done. When the fight was about to start, then Blueface Barbie was like, she ain't want no beef. She wants to know what the issue is, and was, you know, whatever. And I'm like, and just like Joseline said, she said, bitch, what you got amnesia that fast? Blueface was literally going in on Lucky 10 seconds before Joseline said, I'll give y'all 30 seconds to fight. She was calling her a broke bitch. You was saying how she didn't have a car. You was saying how she not loyal. You was going in on her. So for you to be like, oh, so I don't want your beef with me. My beef with you is the fact that you just called me a fake ass bitch. The fact that you're talking about how I don't have a car. The fact that you're talking about how I'm a broke ass bitch. Talking about how I paid you and your nigga and this and the third. That's the beef. Like, girl, get it together. So she said, you know, what she said. So then the girls get to fighting. Lucky ragtagged that ass. I absolutely lost it when they went to the confessional. You know, Natural was basically saying you can't be a non-fighting bully. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? Or you can be a bully. You can be a non-fighting bully or a fighting bully or whatever. You just got to be prepared to take your ass whippings and take your licks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but Natural was right though. You know, you can't be going around talking all this shit that when you get your ass whipped, you sitting there looking stupid. And then Big Lex, you know, Big Lex is funny. You know, when they panned to Big Lex was like, this bitch was backstroking. She really was. I literally cracked up laughing. Big Lex is funny as shit. And basically Blueface said, you know, oh, she got that. You know, I'm not a fighter. And I can, you know, she, you know, admitted that she's not a fighter. So Joseline and Blueface have a one-on-one directly after the whole situation between her and Lucky at the auditions. Blueface basically was expressing how she doesn't understand why she's choosing Lucky pretty much to be the bottom bitch and why she's on Lucky's side when Lucky has showed signs of disloyalty. Now, what I find interesting is that this happened last season, if you watched, with Daisy and Chastity. Because for what it seemed like Daisy and Chastity were like, bitch, we are friends in real life. Why are you letting Jay and Lucky, you know, do whatever? Why are you picking their side? You know, if you watch the first season, you know, so I'm like, this sounds very familiar with the whole situation with Blueface, because Blueface is saying, look, me and you are friends in real life. You know, I really do this. So it hurt my feelings when you're picking Lucky over me. And it kind of was the same situation with Daisy and Chastity last year. I don't know about Chastity so much, but her and Daisy, apparently, according to Daisy, they were actually cool. Daisy said that Joseline had been around her son and that they were like really cool. So for her to, regardless of how Joseline felt, for her to kind of take Jay and Lucky's side, Daisy felt some type of way about that. And it seems like this is going on again. And I'm like, does she befriend these girls because she knows she has to have a certain type of bitch or a certain type of look or a certain type of something so she can get them on the show? And then once she gets them on the show, she plays the mind fuck so she can get them to react. I'm not really sure, but the way that, excuse me, the conversation that Blueface Barbie and Joseline are having at this point is very reminiscent of the conversation that her and Daisy and maybe Chastity, but I don't know if they was that close, but definitely Joseline and Daisy had last season. So basically, Joseline was explaining why she chose Lucky. She felt like Lucky held it down. You know what I'm saying? You know, Joseline explained that, you know, she felt like, you know, she was bullying, you know what I mean, Lucky. And it was what it was. So Lexi, Lucky, Sapphire, and Lexi Blow. So Big Lex, Lucky, Sapphire, and Lexi Blow, they're all meeting. They're talking about Joseline and how Boss Tech and Blueface. So basically, Joseline meets up with the girls after the fight. You know, the girls I just named. And they're basically saying, you know, you need to get Blueface Barbie and Boss Tech out the house. Boss Tech, she left to go get her hair done. She missed the rehearsal. Blueface Barbie, she fighting. She never even went on her dance, never did her part. They need to go. You know what I'm saying? Then the next scene, Natural, Aqua, Boss Tech, and Chanel meet up so they could talk about the night before, because, you know, Boss Tech was getting her wig done. So she had missed everything. So they were just basically filling her in, letting her know what's going on. And they were telling Boss Tex about the different dances and stuff and how the girls did. So I noticed how Natural gave Lucky her props. Lucky definitely, did her thing on the pole. Like, she was very seductive, whatever. And Natural was giving her props. Like, Lucky looks good. And Aqua was like, now mind you, this is the bitch who had the double homicide, the double abortion. She was like, no, she's not all that. I don't even remember her. No, bitch. Nobody remembers you. Lucky is the bottom bitch. Nobody remembers you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Aqua, she's really, I just feel like she's a stunt queen. She came into the house with the crying. Now you all gangsta about it. Like, I thought you just had an abortion. I thought your uterus was still like, what are you? Are you upset? Are you emotional? Are you crying? Is this an opportunity? Like, what's going on? And then you trying to throw shade at Lucky when, let's just be real, girl. Like, you know what I mean? Your weave, it's just not right. So, girl, don't try to come for Lucky. So then Joseline and Blueface Barbie meet up. And Blueface Barbie said, she basically said her body hurt. The next day she said she was banged up. Bitch, you got beat up 3 times. You got beat up 3 separate times. I would imagine that your body feels like a fucking tractor trailer that smashed into your ass. So what's tea? But I respect the fact that Blueface Barbie took that L though. You feel me? She said, she got me. I'm not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I sit pretty. Her definition of pretty, but she says she sit pretty. She don't fight, and I respect that. You feel me? You talk your shit. You got your ass whipped. It's a new day. Let's go. So they continue talking or whatever. So in the next scene, Sapphire and Lex are talking about how they want to make it to the end. You know what I mean? Big Lex. And I like Big Lex. You know what I mean? She's growing on me more and more and more. I think she's hilarious. She's good TV. And they were basically talking about how they ain't here for the fight and stuff. They got kids. They got goals and careers. They got shit to do. They ain't with all the drama, all that fighting shit. So then Lucky and Joseline meet up and basically said, that Joseline basically said, listen, y'all need to get over this shit. Y'all fought 3 times. It's a lot of drama. You really need to did this. And basically Joseline was talking about how, Blueface Barbie has gone through so much. And apparently Blueface Barbie grew up in foster care and she had a very bad life. And Lucky was like, well, I've had a bad life too. That doesn't give you an excuse to go around and be a shitty person. And I definitely 100% agree with Lucky. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that do have harder lives and have gone through more stuff than the next person. But at the same time, you can't use that as an excuse. Oh, well, they did X, Y, and Z and this, that, and the third. Just because they went through stuff, like, you don't get to fall back on it. Now, people can have empathy for you, but that doesn't negate, you acting like a dick. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So, Lucky basically promised Joseline that she would, in fact, apologize to Blueface Barbie or whatever, just so she can kind of, get back right into the cabaret. So Lexi Blow and Yummy, they meet up and they're talking about winning. Yummy has been pretty consistent. Like, bitch, I'm not here for all the fight and stuff. I'm here to dance. I'm here to perform. I'm here to do my thing and act like I'm 21, even though I'm 34. You know what I mean? Very, I live for Yummy. So it sounds like, so Joseline, Blueface Barbie, and Lucky have their final sit down. Blueface Barbie speaks her piece. Lucky speaks her piece. And honestly, it seems like Lucky, according to Blueface Barbie, they were supposed to get money together. And instead of Lucky bringing the money back, she basically ran off on the plug. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. But it really seemed like some whole shit. Like, these hoes pretty much went out, was trying to sell some puss, and it just went wrong. You got a whole bunch of thought-ass bitches, you know what I'm saying, when they're in an industry that, you know what I mean, their success is based off of their body, how they look and how they do things, not really off of their brain. I mean, you need a brain, but they're very, you know what I mean, they have basically, prostitute hoe stripper chronicles, like, you know what I mean? Again, I'm just confused about this whole pimping situation. You know, somebody please explain to me this whole, you know, oh, you paid my man, so, and Blueface Barbie was like, well, you had 3 different guys and you were paying all them. Like, what the fuck does that mean? So basically, are you saying that Lucky was basically selling pussy and just going back and giving all of the guys her money? Because that's what I'm thinking pimping is. I don't know. Somebody let me know what's going on. So then out of nowhere, Lucky was like, you know, I'm not really I'm just gonna forgive her for Joseline, but I don't really fuck with her. And she uses the N-word. You know, obviously Blueface Barbie is a white girl. I didn't know if she was Puerto Rican or whatever, but she's a white girl. She uses the N-word. She did do an interview that I saw on Instagram with some white guy, and she basically said that, you know, her foster mother was black, her kids are mixed, and she's just never been corrected. And it's just never been like, you know, somebody being like, you know, hey, you're white, you shouldn't be saying that. Like, she's never been corrected. You know, and although I feel like, you know, we live in a time where, you know what I'm saying, you should probably know. But to be honest, a lot of people do not know a lot of stuff. Like, it's really sad. Like, you know, you'll be surprised, like, shit that people just, like, don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, what I do know is in Miami, I remember on Love and Hip Hop Miami, when that white girl with the blonde hair who was Spanish, it was a situation when she got on TV with the N-word. And I believe that, you know, the white girl was from, you know, Florida, from Miami. I don't know. I don't know if the bitch knew about the N-word and was still saying it. I don't know, you know, if she felt like, you know, I grew up around black people. I was raised by black people. This is just like a part of my culture. So it's a part of me as well. Again, I'm not really sure how you want to play it, but she's saying that she will not use it anymore. If you watch that interview on Instagram, she said that she was not going to use the word anymore and that she has been educated. She doesn't want to offend people. So now moving forward, now that she claims that she knows something that she didn't know, we'll see how she moves forward going in. But I'm just kind of like, lucky girl. She probably was saying the N-word all up and down your face when y'all was selling pussy, but now that you're on the show, you're trying to like use that to get, like, I don't like people like that. Like, my whole thing is, if you want to have an issue with something, or if you want to have like a debacle, you know what I mean, with an issue, have that issue, but don't try to loop it around to make something more worse. Like, that don't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, bitch, it wasn't a problem when we was selling pussy. It wasn't a problem when you was paying my nigga when I was saying the N-word. But now that it's beef, it's an issue. Like, oh, yeah, you was talking shit about me and you used the N-word. Like, bitch, don't try to bring it up. Like, if you want to have a problem with me using the N-word, have a problem with me using the N-word. But address that separately. Don't try to throw that up in like a... And another thing, and this is why you ain't shit, and this is why you ain't shit, and this is why you ain't shit. Now, I don't like when people do that. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, like I said, she said she's not going to use it no more, so we're going to see how she do that moving forward. Blueface Barbie definitely was like, you know, if I'm going to let her be the bottom bitch, but, you know, if you're the bottom bitch, you shouldn't even let me, outdress you. And I said the same thing in the last video I made. You know, lucky you was on the season last season. You should have came on at least with some press-on nails. You should have came on, you know, with a Fashion Nova fit, a nice-ass hair. You know what I'm saying? She's a pretty girl. She has natural hair, so whatever. But you should have came on looking way bomber than what you was looking. And for you to be the bottom bitch, I definitely feel Blueface Barbie on that. You definitely should have came in looking real fly, not looking like, you know what I'm saying, you're about to go to the spa or get your nails done. You feel me? But, hey. So basically, long story short, Blueface Barbie and Lucky, they hug it out. But Blueface Barbie and Lucky in their confessionals basically said that shit ain't really sweet. They just doing this to smooth things over with Joseline. So it was just so funny at the end when Lucky was like, you know, everything's good. It's good in my hood. And Joseline looked at Blueface and was like, is it good in your trailer park? That shit was fucking funny. Blueface Barbie was so offended. She was like, it's good in this mansion. Child, this show is a fucking mess. So the episode ends and that basically shows us like kind of what's going to happen in the next episode. And apparently Blueface Barbie like, packs up her stuff and is about to move out, and Joseline's throwing her shit down the steps. So I'm sure that next season is going to be an entire and I cannot wait to watch. But if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for tuning in. Like this video, please. Share it on Instagram, Twitter. And until next time, deuces.